70 Millionen verkaufte Tonträger, das macht so schnell niemand nach und es kommen jetzt bestimmt noch ein paar Millionen dazu, denn jetzt gibt es das neue Album Roxette bei mir, Per Gessle. Welcome on the show, thank you very much for being here. How are you?
I'm very well, it's great being here.
Looking forward to the show?
Absolutely, we feel really on the case, yeah.
Actually, there's a good reason to be back because you're coming back with the first studio album since 10 years, Charm School. How does it feel? I mean, 10 years, that's a long time. How does it feel for you now to have this?
Well, it feels great, if you asked me like 5 years ago if there was a future for Roxette, I would have said no. I didn't think so. Marie got ill, as you know, seriously ill in 2002, and it's been some very tough years, and just to be able to do an album with her and going on a world tour again is just a blessing. So
I could imagine after such successful years with Roxette, it must be a strange feeling to say goodbye to Roxette, to have the impression it will never go on, isn't it? It's strange.
Yeah, strange.
But back again, Marie isn't here because I heard she doesn't feel that comfortable giving interviews anymore, so you're doing the job right now.
I'm doing the hard work.
Yeah. You're back with Charm School. Actually, many bands, if they're coming back after a couple of years, they try out something new. This is a typical Roxette album, what the fans expect and what they like. Why did you decide to stay on your way?
Well, I think we created a very strong Roxette sound in the 80s and in the 90s. We always been writing our own songs, producing ourselves and playing ourselves. And we wanted to keep it like that. We wanted to, try to make a classic Roxette album without sounding old. There's still elements of 2011 in there, but like you said, if you like Roxette, you're gonna love this album. If you hate Roxette, you're gonna hate this album. That's as easy as that.
You get what you want from Roxette, actually. Charm School, the definition of this is a private school for girls that emphasizes training in cultural and social activities. Why did you choose this title?
Well, it's a long story. There was in the early days of the project, there was a song called Charm School, which was really important for the album. But we screwed it up in the studio. The production went totally wrong, and we re-recorded the song. And it became even worse, so we couldn't use it. But the song is still great. It's just that we just didn't make it justice. But we kept the title. So
You've been recording in Sweden. So how was the recording process compared to 80s, 90s? Different or?
Yeah, I mean, how you make records have changed a lot. It's made via computers these days. Even though we try when we do like live drums and live bass guitar and real guitars, we use analog system still. But in the end of the day, it's a totally different process.
Do you like this process more now, or?
Well, I like the old-fashioned sounds. We went back to our early recordings to check out what kind of synthesizers and bass stuff we used in the old recordings to because we forgot about it. And I'm a big fan of that kind of sound from the 80s and the 90s. Yeah.
You just told me you never thought that you were coming back with Roxette, but there was one very special evening in Amsterdam at your Party Crasher tour when Marie joined you on stage. What happened on this evening?
Well, Maria was visiting me, just checking out the show with her family, and I asked her before the show if she could join me for a couple of songs, and she said yes. So she went up and did The Look, and we did It Must Have Been Love on stage, and the reception that she got from the crowd was just heartbreaking. People were crying and people were just screaming and shouting, and I could see in Marie's eyes that she desperately wanted to come back. But at the time, she didn't have the self-confidence. She felt that she was the worst singer in the world. She lost everything over those years when she was ill. So we took it very, very slowly, and I told Marie that if there's going to be more Roxette, it has to come from her, not from me, because I don't want to push her. So she gave me a call after like a couple of weeks and say, hey, why don't you write a Roxette album? So let's do an album. And I said, yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now it's here.
Now it's here.
There's some ballads on the album and up-tempo numbers like the current single, She's Got Nothing On But the Radio. You've wrote so many hit singles over the years. What's the secret? How can I write a hit single? Give me some advices, please. What does it need?
Oh, I don't know. If I knew, I did it all the time, and I don't.
But it's always working out. I don't know how to make it.
No, I don't know. And I come from a musical tradition which is has its roots in the 60s and the 70s. You know, it's very everything I do is based on strong melodies, and that's good and bad. You know, today's pop music is very much focused on the groove, you know, on the beats, and I'm not working like that. I'm working with the melodies like an old-fashioned, like a Burt Bacharach or a Lennon McCartney style of writer. So I don't know. I'm really surprised that you know, I'm getting old. I've been doing it for 30 years now, and I'm just surprised that people still appreciate this. You know.
What's your favorite on the album? Is there one special one, or?
I actually like that's one ballad that Marie sings.
No one makes it her own, right?
Wonderful, yeah, wonderful song, and she just delivers something that very few people on this planet can do. She's such a great singer when she's got hold of a song like that.
Looking back in 2010, I read something at a fan web page, and you wrote, finally 2010 was a great year because you managed to cook your favorite pasta dish in the right way. Yeah. Which pasta dish is it?
Well, it was actually a pasta, you know, a pasta dish with chicken. And very spicy sauce, like arrabbiata, but with chicken on it. Okay. And it's my favorite, my family's, my son and my wife's and myself, our favorite dish.
Are you cooking at home or?
No, I'm a terrible cook
just
normally.
Just the pasta dish.
Just the pasta dish. That's the only dish I know.
Okay, I got you.
I open the wine bottles.
That's a good job as well. There were some highlights in 2010. I could imagine performing at one evening before Victoria's Princess Victoria's wedding was a great evening as well. So how was it to play in front of such a noble audience?
Well, it was great. You know, me and my wife, we know Daniel and Victoria since many years. So we were at the whole wedding reception in the church and everything. And I sneaked away from the dinner at 11:30 at night to prepare for this surprise Roxette performance, which took place in the middle of the night. And it was just great. It was like 600-700 people attending, and you know, they behaved just as any other crowd, except they had lots of more jewelry.
Yeah, actually, when the Beatles played in front of the Queen and the other members of the royal family, John Lennon asked the noble audience to help them out by rattling their jewelry.
Yeah, I could have done that.
Yeah, did I do that?
I was actually thinking the same, but I didn't dare.
Okay, got you. Actually, I heard a nice story about you, except the pasta dish, actually. You're collecting photos, that's right? Which photo?
Yeah, you know, I have a hotel on the beach in Halmstad in Sweden, and we have an art gallery, and also we have a huge collection of photos. And I've been doing that for many years. And we have probably the biggest collection of Anton Corbijn's work in the world. We have about around 200 of his pictures, and they're all on exhibit on the hotel, in the hotel. But we have everything: Helmut Newton, Richard Avedon. And every summer we have a photo exhibition. And last year we had Henry Dills, who took lots of rock photos from the 60s in California. And this year we have Terry O'Neill, which is a great photographer as well.
No. And they're all in your hotel in Sweden?
Yep.
Actually, it's a huge hotel. There are more than 200 rooms, aren't they? So can you imagine the hotel?
Yeah, you know, it's a great idea to have an art gallery in a hotel because you have lots of space, right? You have lots of walls and lots of corridors and lots of this and that. So we have it's actually a beautiful hotel. We're rebuilding 70 rooms just situated on the beach as I speak. You know, it's going to open in May, so it's going to look gorgeous and it's just beautiful.
You're going to be back on tour starting in Russia. You already played there, so how is it playing there, like for Roxette?
It's great, you know. It's we have the best fans in the world. Everywhere you go, people are just amazing, and actually, it is the fans' support that has kept us going through this dark decade when Marie got ill. I mean, the support that she's got through letters and Facebook and Twitter and everything has made a big difference for her and for me as well. So I can't say give enough praise to the fans.
I could imagine, is she also kind of tired to talk about the illness all the time? Because if she would be here, of course, people would ask her. That's the reason why? That's
the reason why, yeah.
That's you. We talked about the Russian fans, but there's a special connection to the German fans as well. They're very loyal over the years.
Very loyal and also has always been supporting us. Germany very early became a very big market for us, and we always played big.
Yeah, I grew up with you.
Yeah, you see.
That was great.
We always played big venues here, and
my car.
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
All right. Yeah, it's a special place in our hearts here in Germany.
The tour, you announced it's going to be the music, less synthesizers, more handmade. How can I imagine on stage? What about the tour?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we skipped the click tracks and the computers and everything. We just keep it 100% live. Just because it's much more fun that way, you know. And the songs can change from night to night. If sometimes the song is a little slower, a little faster, a little longer, a little shorter, and that's the way a rock show should be, I think, you know. And we just do that to keep the crowd on their toes and to keep the band on their toes.
What about your wishes for the next year? Coming up with this album, what's your biggest wish for that?
For next year, I don't know. I think if we're lucky, I think the tour will go on next year as well, because it's a big world and it seems to be a lot of opportunities for Roxette. People seem to have missed us, which is fantastic.
I wish you all the best for it and great success with it and a lot of fun. That's the most important thing.
Okay,
Thank you so much and say greetings to Mary.
Yeah, cheers. Will do.